Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to be talking about something a little different. I know I usually do like vlogs and stuff on here, and I have talked about like my career path a little bit, but today I'm going to be talking to you guys about UX design and what it's really like to transition to the field while I'm redesigning my portfolio. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is TikTok. While it may be a really useful platform, when it comes to career information, please be careful, because there's a lot of people on that platform that are taking advantage of people's vulnerability. You can find useful information on there, like where to get freelance jobs or just like small information about the field. But when it comes to like real information, be careful, because a lot of people are on there just to be an influencer. They don't know what information they're putting out there. They don't know how it'll affect people that are actually trying to get into the field. So don't believe everything you see on TikTok. And I think that's where a lot of people end up getting discouraged, because you hop on TikTok, you see like, oh, work from home jobs that pay 6 figures, how to become a UX designer in less than a year, or how to become a UX designer in less than 6 months, which, don't get me wrong, it's doable, because a lot of times people get these jobs because their networking skills are like A1. So they can get their foot in the door just by knowing someone at the company, or even kind of transitioning roles within their company, like people that work for Chase or Wells Fargo, like banks and just companies that are big enough to where they have these jobs. They can just kind of transition from their current position to UX. So it's possible, it's doable, but for the people like me who are coming from no degree, who are coming from no design background, just not knowing anything about UX, it's a lot harder to transition in 6 months or less, a year or less, because we're basically starting from ground zero. I just say all this to say, be very selective with the information you're taking off of TikTok. I say the best place to get information, and even on there you have to be selective, one of the best places to get information is either directly from people who are in the field already, or on YouTube, because there's a lot of information that I've learned on YouTube. LinkedIn is a good place to utilize like courses. They have a lot of UX courses on there that'll give you the basics to give you a better understanding of the field and how it works and what you need to know. And like I was saying before, it'll boost your profile and kind of put your name out there to recruiters, because it's kind of like you can get certificates on there. So like that Google course that they're offering, I personally took the UX course through Google, but they also have stuff like that on LinkedIn where you can get certifications, because there's no formal degree for UX, but a lot of them like to see like that you have some sort of design background or technical background, but it's not necessary. Even the guy that I connected with on LinkedIn was telling me, because I'm like freaking out, I'm like, do I need to go back to school? Do I need to take a boot camp? Like, what do I need to do to stand out? And that's why a lot of people run and go to these boot camps, because people will tell them like, oh, go to a boot camp and it'll guarantee you a job, and it's not true. And he basically told me like, don't waste your money on boot camps. Don't waste your money on paying people. I will literally try to block out time to help you out and get you into this field. He is a Black, beautiful individual like myself, and he wants to see more people like us in the field. So he just genuinely wants to help me, and I'm lucky enough to have found him and have connected with him. But there are a lot of people out there who won't help you unless you pay them, which sucks because, you know, it's hard enough already to get in the field, and then to have people be like, well, in order for you to get information and find out the secrets on this field, you need to pay me. And it's like, well, I'm already broke as it is, so not only am I broke just by having this minimum wage job, but now I gotta pay you too? Like, damn. It just makes you feel like you can't win anywhere. And once I finally land that job, I am one of those people that will definitely help people for free, because I know what I'm going through. I know how hard it is to get into this field, and I want to help people make it. It's hard out here. So just to kind of summarize everything I was saying, be careful where you get your information. Make sure that it's valid, make sure that it's useful, because there's a lot of scams out here in everything. There's scam jobs, there's scam courses, there's scam coaches, whatever they're called. So just be careful, because there's a lot of people out here trying to benefit off of our vulnerability. But once I get in, I'm here to help. So I want to start out by saying that honestly, the field has gotten really saturated. I think because a lot of these things are kind of popular to talk about on like TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that. Mainly TikTok, because it's where I found UX, so that should tell you something. It's become really saturated, so a lot of people are getting into the field because it pays well, and that in turn kind of, how do I put it, like ruins the field. It ruins the whole meaning behind what we do. It kind of just turns it into, it's like nursing. What am I doing? I don't think I can multitask. It's kind of like nursing. A lot of people are getting into nursing because it pays well and you don't have to work as many days. So, and honestly, I found myself doing the same thing at one point. I was getting into nursing because I was like, you know what? This will give me financial stability. At one point, I was looking at nursing like, let me just finish it because I will be financially stable. Like, I'll be able to afford a place for myself. I'll be able to move out of my mom's house. As you guys can tell, that this is the main thing I keep talking about. Like, I want to move out so bad. And it's not because there's anything wrong with being at home. I'm just personally the type of person that just wants to do my thing. And we all know that once you get to your mid-20s, living at home just becomes like your parents will still try to tell you what to do and how to live, and you, because they're your parents, you don't say anything like disrespectful, but you look at them like, girl, who are you talking to? I am a grown ass woman, okay? And me and my mom, I'm a Pisces, she's a Virgo, so we're meant to be compatible, but I think we're so similar that we bump heads a lot, and that's a lot of why we have arguments. And it'd be over dumb shit. Like, she'll come in and be pissed off that the sink has dishes in it, or that nobody took the trash out, typical parent stuff. And I just be looking at her like, girl, please leave me alone. But either way, I'm getting off topic. UX has just become really saturated because it's become popular, and a lot of the information that's being put out there is not relevant or useful information. Like, a lot of the videos that I've watched on TikTok, people will just be talking about it because they know it'll get them views. They know it'll help them boost their TikTok following and just kind of get their profiles out there, which is, it sucks, but people gotta make it how they can, I guess. But for me personally, I genuinely love UX. It's been fun. It's been exciting. It's been frustrating. It hasn't been like flowers and just pretty pictures the whole time. That's for damn sure. But I think it's just becoming harder to get in because a lot of people are just getting into it for the wrong reasons. And there's nothing you can really do about that because it's hard out here. Especially, I live in California, so getting a place out here, if you don't make a good amount of money, is like damn near impossible. So a lot of people are moving to Texas. A lot of people are moving to the East Coast, not New York, obviously, because New York is just crazy expensive. But either way, like, a lot of people are just trying to survive out here, and I don't blame them, but it just kind of makes it harder on people like me who genuinely want to get into the field and genuinely want to learn.
You gonna die. You gonna die.
Oh, somebody came home. I was like, what is that? Yeah, it just makes it harder for people that genuinely want to learn, who genuinely want to get in the field and be successful and work their way up. Like me, I want to be a UX designer in fashion. So I want to work for like Telfar or Chanel or Tom Ford or something like that, something cool. So it just makes it a lot more difficult for us, and there's not really anything you can do about that, but it is what it is. Okay, so yeah, the field has become really saturated, which sucks because you go on LinkedIn and try to fill out applications, and there's like, they'll have posted the job maybe, I don't know, a couple hours ago, and you'll see like 200 plus applicants already because people are just watching these job postings go up and are just applying. What are you doing?
Can eat?
Why'd you smell it like that? What recruiters are really looking for? So I recently connected with this amazing guy on LinkedIn, and he's just been...
Oh, we're making shrimp. Nigga, I know you flipped the camera, so...
It was pretty damn obvious.
But what are you making, shrimp?
So recruiters are looking for someone who stands out, someone whose visuals are up to date, who are following current standards. So I guess that really just ties in with being up to date. And that's an issue that I'm having right now. I recently redesigned one of my apps, so it looks a ton better than it did before. But recruiters are just kind of tired of the same layout that all the junior designers are following. All of our portfolios basically look the same, and that's exactly how mine looks. Excuse me. That's exactly how mine looks. So right now, what you guys will see in the video, right now what I'm designing is a completely different layout. It'll kind of it'll have the same information, but less words and more visuals. Because I think that's a big issue that we're having as well. A lot of junior designers are forgetting that we're designers. The whole point of your case study is to showcase your talent, your designing talent. And a lot of times we end up putting big paragraphs that we know recruiters are not even going to read, and only having a few snapshots of what the application or the website we're talking about looks like, when really it should mainly be your visuals and little paragraphs, like 1 to 2 sentences, just describing what the problem is, why. And a big issue, at least for me personally, that we have is storytelling. They always tell you need to tell the story. You need to convey what your thinking was when you made these decisions. And it's a lot harder than I thought. Because a lot of times I was kind of going into these designs just designing something because I thought it looked good and I had no reason behind it. So I really had to kind of take a step back and be like, okay, why did you put this design in? Why did you add this button? Why did you use this color? Why? Like, all the little minuscule details you have to make sure you have an explanation for. And I think a lot of us junior designers struggle with that, which is okay. We're new, we're learning, and a lot of these influencers will hop online and give you information that's not useful, that's not relevant, or a lot of like YouTubers who will talk about UX design don't go in depth about like how to storytell or what colors you're supposed to use, what's accessible, what's not, just things that aren't really helpful. So we're all left lost. And then people will take the boot camp route, which is perfectly fine, but shit is expensive. It costs like 10, 15, 20,000 to do these months long boot camps just to come out, just to kind of wrap up what I was saying about the recruiting thing. Just make sure your visuals are up to date. Make sure you have a lot of visuals. Make sure you're networking when you're applying for jobs. A recruiter told me, don't ever use the easy apply tool on LinkedIn, because a lot of times recruiters just won't even look at your application. So what I recommend is going directly to the website and applying for the job on there. Once you apply for the job, try to find the recruiter for that job and reach out to them and just kind of let them know that you applied, just so they see your name in a few different places, so that it shows them like, okay, this person really wants this position. Maybe I'll look into their application or bump them up to the top, because they can do that. They can bump your application up to the top so that the hiring manager will be like, okay, this is someone to look at. But I hope that was helpful for you guys. And if there's anything else that you want me to talk about regarding UX, I would love to, because I love everything UX, even though UX is hoeing me right now. I will see you guys next time. Like I said, if there's anything else you want me to talk about, comment down below or message me. I have my social media platforms listed in the description, and I will see you guys next time.